Hi, Matt from Scott Training here. This is just a short video giving you some advice and some information on how you can get access to a defibrillator in an emergency situation. Now, defibrillators are a life-saving piece of equipment, and there's been a lot of money being raised in communities to get what we call public access defibrillators, and you generally find these fitted in prominent buildings in your community. Now, some of these boxes are unlocked and some of them have got a PIN code on them. There's also a lot of proactive businesses who have purchased defibrillators for their workplace and their staff, but some of these haven't been registered with the charity called the Circuit, so the Scottish Ambulance Service doesn't know the location of them in an emergency. Now, if you have a casualty who's unconscious and not breathing, then we're going to contact emergency services and hopefully they will be in attendance. In a prior video we've showed you how to carry out basic life support, but if you have someone with you, you can send them to go and retrieve the public access defibrillator as quick as you can and bring it to your location. Now, once you take it out of the cabinet and you get to the casualty, you'll find that the defibrillator will be fitted inside a protective case. Now, this is just an example of one brand of defibrillators. There's lots of different defibrillators on the market. Now, when you unzip the box, you can open it and you get access to the defibrillator itself. Now, this make and model, like most defibrillators, are very easy to use and very self-explanatory. You don't actually require to have any formal training to use a defibrillator because you can't actually do any harm if you put the defibrillator onto the casualty. Now, on the front of this, for example, there is instructions. There is a green button, and when you press the green button, it will switch the machine on and it will thereafter give you voice prompts and tell you what to do. If the casualty requires a shock, then on this one there is an orange button which would glow, and it's up to the first aider to press that button and then deliver the shock to the casualty. Now, at the bottom of this brand of defibrillator, there is a small sort of casing. When if you open it up, then that will give you access to where the pads are. They're going to get fitted to the casualty's body. Now, actually on each of the pads, there is a diagram showing you exactly where to place the pads on the casualty's chest and also on the rib area underneath the armpit. Now, in the defibrillators that I have in my community, there's some extra equipment available. Now, on the back of this defibrillator, there's a small pouch, and inside there, you might get access to a face shield or a pocket mask. Now, if you are willing to give rescue breaths, this just gives you a barrier between your face and the casualty's face in case there's any sort of fluid there. Also, in the back of the box, there is a pair of cutting shears so that you can cut through clothing, whether it be in a t-shirt or a blouse. And if a woman is wearing a bra, you could cut the bra if needed, so the pads can fit firmly onto the skin. Inside here there's also a disposable razor. Should you have a gentleman with an excessive hairy chest, then what we're looking to do is fit the pad onto the chest, but it has to make contact with the skin. So you may have to shave some of that hair off the chest so the pad makes a good connection and it can take a tracing of the heart. Also inside our community defibrillator boxes, there is a small sort of hand cloth. So should you attend a casualty, it could be a drowning victim, their body will be wet, and although the pads are sticky, if you wipe the body down just where the pads are going, it allows it to stick firmly onto the chest. Now, when you have used your defibrillator and the Scottish Ambulance Service have arrived, the paramedics will probably take off the pads and thereafter hand you back the defibrillator box. Now, unfortunately, the pads may have things like chest hair on it, so they are going to be disposed and binned, but the defibrillator is good to go and it can be used again. Now, please, can you make sure that ASAP you get the box back to the cabinet it was taken from. Now, I'm a guardian of the defibrillators in my community, so when the Scottish Ambulance Service authorises for a box to be taken out to community, I'll receive an email and that is now offline. Now, when I go back to the box, I will make sure that it's working properly. If it's requiring new pads, then I'll fit pads to the defibrillator. I'll replenish any of the equipment that was used in the back of it. I then have to update the circuit, and thereafter it's back online 24 hours a day should it be needing an emergency, and the Scottish Ambulance Service can then reauthorise it. A bit of advice as well is please find out where your nearest defibrillator is to where you stay at your household. A lot of heart attacks which turn into cardiac arrest happen in the house, so it's very important that you know prior to an incident where your nearest defibrillator is, because it's time critical. The earlier that you can get the defibrillator fitted, the better chance it's got of actually working and that person surviving. So hopefully this information has been useful to you. We've got lots of other short training videos available on our social media, so why not scroll through them and you can learn how to do basic life support and CPR and other subjects that we've been covering. Again, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see some of you soon.